you know, it's time for a ball game. You know, it's time to hit somebody else, and it's going to be a good trip. We're going to get to meet a lot of people on the way over, and you know, the guys are ready for a ball game, and they're excited about it.
I hope you're all having a pleasant evening. After practice, it ran from 6 to 8 this morning. UH football team hit the road. Warriors season opener is Saturday versus 5th-ranked Florida.
You know, I think we're doing really good going into this game. Got to head on straight. We know who we're playing, and we know how it's going to pan out for the rest of the season, how well we do in this game.
66 players on the travel roster, including 4 quarterbacks, and Brent Rouse, Greg Alexander, Inoke Funaki. But who will start at QB against the Gators? Rouse still has a tired arm. Alexander's injured foot is almost healed, and Funaki knows the offense best. At this point, it's headed toward a game-time decision.
Well, we'll just find out. We've got to practice some more and see whose arm's live and go from there.
But a decision on who will be the second safety has been made. Eric Robinson named the starter today. He'll team up with Keal Monte.
I'm very excited, man. I've been working hard, been waiting on this opportunity, and I'm going back down south, so I'm very excited. See my family and things like that.
T-Rob's hometown is Dallas, Texas. Warriors are flying into Atlanta. They'll spend 2 days there, then hop a flight to Florida. They practice at the Swamp on Friday. Kickoff Saturday is 6:30 in the morning, Hawaii time. And before the team packed up and took off, they put the finishing touches on this season's pregame tradition taught to the squad by Keal Monte and Keala Watson. They learned it from the Hawaiian immersion program in Paololo.
When it talks about a warrior from the Waianae Coast before Kamehameha, how he would hype his warriors to go to battle.
It's pretty cool.
Do you know the words?
No. I mean, I know the motions more than the words, you know. I don't know any of the words.
It took me a couple years to learn some Samoan, so this whole new language is beyond me right now, but we're getting there. I figure if I could just get the motions down, everybody else will drown out what I'm saying, and so it would sound great.
Team first learned their new pregame ritual during fall camp while they were living in the athletic department's dance studios. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll check in on the big league brothers. 4 of them seeing Major League Baseball action tonight.
Good, the immersion guys got it in there.
They take a few minutes every day to learn the new
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
The UH Warrior football team hit the road today, a road trip that will ultimately land them in Gainesville for Saturday's season opener against 5th-ranked Florida. And today, it appears head coach Greg McMackin may be bringing an alternative quarterback plan along with him. Sophomore Brent Roush returned to practice yesterday after sitting out a couple of workouts with soreness in his throwing arm. Roush, who was deemed the #1 QB by Coach Mack a couple weeks back, said yesterday he was feeling fine and fully expected to start against the Gators. Today, however, Mack told the media that he's still concerned with Roush's arm and that combined with the way Greg Alexander's been looking in practice, the starting gig might be a game-time decision. Alexander received the majority of the snaps in this morning's workout prior to the team's departure, and McMackin says he's been impressed by the junior's performance as of late. Kahuku grad Inoke Funaki, who also went on the trip, is listed 3rd on the depth chart. Another former UH Warrior has had his gridiron dream put on hold. Receiver C.J. Hawthorne was released today by the Buffalo Bills. Hawthorne went undrafted and was initially signed by the Falcons. After Atlanta let him go, the Bills scooped him up, and although head coach Dick Geron was reportedly pleased with Hawthorne's energy, they decided to give him his release.
The University of Hawaii football team was carrying a suitcase full of questions when it left for Florida today. The biggest question is about the quarterback situation. JC transfer Brent Roush had been named the starter, but at practice this morning, that tenderness in his throwing arm returned. He did make some throws, but most of the snaps with the first-team offense went to junior Greg Alexander. Coach Greg McMackin says the starting QB may be a game-time decision.
Greg Alexander has been looking very good, so I still think we have 3 quarterbacks that can play. I'm excited about our quarterback situation.
The Saturday's game against the Gators will be a real challenge for the Warriors. Florida is favored by about 35 points. UH will have to deal with almost 90,000 rabid Gator fans, Heisman winner Tim Tebow, and a Florida team just loaded with speed.
They pride themselves on being the fastest team in the country, and I'm sure that they're real close to being that. They have excellent receivers. Their running backs are good, young but good. The quarterback's outstanding, class act, set all kinds of records, won the Heisman. They have a great coaching staff.
Liz Chun will be there when the game kicks off early Saturday morning. She left for Gainesville today, and will have reports for us from the road beginning tomorrow.
The next time we see the Warrior football team in person, they'll either be 1-0 or 0-1. This morning, the team flew to the mainland where they will start preparations for their Saturday season opener against 5th-ranked Florida, a game which will put the Warriors to the ultimate test. He's the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, but there's much more to the Florida Gators than their talented quarterback.
They have a great coaching staff. They have speed on defense. They got new defensive coaches. That was a weakness last year. It won't be this year. So, it's a real challenge.
Another challenge for the Warriors is solidifying their starting quarterback. Brent Roush is number 1, but his arm isn't 100%.
We have a week of practice, and I want to see how his arm is. And today we just threw lightly. I'm excited about our quarterback situation.
This year's offense features 8 new starters, and new offensive coordinator Ron Lee is ready to see how his guys respond.
I'm anxious for them to go against a team with the kind of speed that Florida has. So that I can't wait for Saturday, and we'll know more about our team then.
Linebacker Adam Leonard knows the Gators will be one of the toughest challenges he's faced during his career at UH, and he loves the idea of going at the best.
In athletics, you want to play the best. You want to compete against the best team, just see where you're at, and I wouldn't have any other way.
Win or lose, Coach Mack just wants one thing out of his team.
It's important for us to go play our hearts out. We're playing for the state of Hawaii.
Now, the meeting will be the first ever between the two programs. It will also be Coach Mack's debut as head coach. The game is available live on pay-per-view. It will also be